property is commutative property. Commutative property is property new. Now the general formula is in a class 7 we had learned commutative property, but the general formula for that is a plus b is equals to b plus a. Khala or lana ni gala thuk domna re ra thuk gala ni domne re. Answer khalir gelira. Answer khalir gelira. A plus b is equals to b plus a, which means left hand side and right hand side both are same. 2 plus 6, and here you can write 6 plus 2. But in totality the answer is same, that is 8 on a both hand side. So this is our general formula which we had learned in a class 7. Now we are going to learn commutative property in a rational number form. So again we are going to learn commutative property on the basis of 4 operations. Operation shi gana chahe. Operation thangbo dikhare addition be. Now on the basis of addition, our general formula is a upon b plus c upon d is equals to c upon d plus a upon b. This is our general formula for addition of a rational number with the help of a commutative property. Now we are going to test it. So let's take an example. Suppose I took an example 2 upon 5 in place of a upon b, and in place of c upon d I take an example 4 upon 5. So this is your a upon b 2 upon 5 che plus rangja che c upon d ki chapla khatina na 4 upon 5. The commutative property khalas thanching in general from the a plus b is equals to b plus a thina digo rele. The a upon b plus c upon d c upon d plus a upon b thina digo re. So formula dire. So 2 upon 5 plus 4 upon 5 yang na 4 upon 5 c upon d da. So 4 upon 5 plus 2 upon 5. Now we are going to check whether denominator are same or not. Yes, denominator are same. So our calculation is easy. So 2 plus 4 is 6 and 5 we can write only once because it is common. Similarly, in case of on a case of a right hand side, on a right hand side there is a 4 plus 2, that is 6, and 5 common, we will write only once, which means left hand side is equals to right hand side. On your left hand side it's 6 upon 5, and on the right hand side it is 6 upon 5, which means both the number are rational number and they are same, which means commutative property is applicable for addition. Now we are going to test this commutative property for subtraction. Now we are going to check this commutative property for subtraction. The general formula is same, but only the difference is operation. Okay class, now we will take an example. This is for subtraction. We will take an example. Suppose I'll take example a upon b as a 7 upon 4, and in place of c upon d I took example 3 upon 4. The 7 upon 4 the a upon b sabla share minus c upon d sabla 3 upon 4 share. Anso khala na the c upon d minus a upon b shana digore eler. Ta inda anso test chain we are verifying that whether these two are same or not. So now in place of C upon D, we are writing 3 upon 4 minus. And in place of A upon B, we are writing 7 upon 4. Now we are going to test this, whether the left hand side and right hand side are same or not. So 7 minus 3 is 4 and denominator 4 because it's common. 3 minus 7. This is positive 3, this is negative 7. So negative 7 plus 4. Your answer is 3, but it is a negative 3. Why it is negative 3? Because the number 7 is a greater number. When we compare 7 and 4, the number greater is 7. And in front of a 7, there is a negative sign operation. So your product is negative 3 upon 4. Which means this is 4 upon 4. And this is negative 3 upon 3. 3 upon 4. Which means left hand side is not equal to right hand side. Which means commutative property is not applicable for subtraction. Goes to say, commutative property the subtraction la applicable remainder. So test chamber verify chain. Verify cheju samba left hand side the 4 upon 4 lesa. Right hand side the minus 3 upon 4 lesa. Chesa chikpa chase chamasa. Chikpa macha di samba so khala la commutative property the ni subtraction la applicable yo mareler. Goes to say. So multiplication la check cheyanda. Now we are going to check commutative property for multiplication. Now we are going to check commutative property for multiplication. Again, we are going to take an example. We are going to test it. Now, in place of A upon B, suppose I substitute 5 upon 3. And in place of C upon D, I substitute 4 upon 2. Now, on the other side, Choshembala C upon D, I'll write 4 upon 2 in place of C upon D. And in place of A upon B, I'll write 5 upon 3. Now, what we had learned that in case of multiplication, numerator should always multiply with the numerator and denominator is always multiplied with the denominator. Similarly here, numerator is always multiplied with the numerator and denominator is always multiplied with the denominator. Now we are going to multiply these two, numerator as well as denominator. Now 5 4 is a 5 multiplied by 4. And 3 multiplied by 2. 4 multiplied by 4, 5. 2 multiplied by 3. 5 4 is a 20. 3 2 is a 6. 4 5 is a 20. 2 3 is a 6. Again, see, on your left hand side it's 20 upon 6. On your right hand side it's 20 upon 6. When we verify these two, when we take an example and when we verify these two, our product is same. See, on the left hand side it's 20 upon 6, right hand side 20 upon 6. Commutative property the multiplication la applicable yoreler. Okay, now go to say. Tata, the last thamadela khare commutative property khala check chere. Now, lastly we are going to check commutative property for a division, right? So the formula is same, only the difference is operation difference, right? So again we are going to check it for the division, commutative property for the division. Again we will take an example. Suppose I took an example 2 upon 3 divided by 6 upon 3. No, sorry, 6 upon 2. So in place of C upon D, I took 6 upon 2. And in place of A upon B, I took 2 upon 3. Now in place of C upon D, what I'll write? I'll write 6 upon 2 here. What does it say? Divide it. And in place of A upon B, I'll write 2 upon 3. 안zo solve cheyenda ta solve chesamba tanchini anzo kharjangre in case of division la khadu in a fraction ne amana rational number thangbodi copy ranja chereler as it is we are writing the first fraction or a rational number as it is 2 upon 3 and we are reciprocaling the second rational number. So we are reciprocaling. When we reciprocal, our operation change and our numerator become denominator and denominator will become numerator. So it will become 2 and it will become 6 is equals to. Similarly here 6 upon 2 is the first rational number. We will copy it as it is and we are going to change the operation. So we will write multiply here and the second rational number we will what? We will reciprocal it. So it will become, we will reciprocal this, it will become 3 upon 2. Now we are using the formula that is numerator always multiply numerator, denominator always multiply denominator. So 2 multiply 2 is 4, 2 multiply 2 is 4, 3 multiply 6 दिखा रहा है 3 6 are 18 equals to 6 3s are 18 2 2s are 4. Now see, it's totally different, right? It's 4 upon 18 and it's 18 upon 4, which means commutative property is not applicable for the division also, because our left hand side and right hand side values are different, which means commutative property is not applicable for division. Tata thanchi nganso kharche closure property jaimba. Closure property operation shi kana changre. Addition la jangre, subtraction jangre, multiplication la jangre, division la jang. Chesa closure property thanchi changdu chamba. Closure property di shigal applicable chasa. We verify it, right? But in case of commutative property, it's only applicable for addition and multiplication. But commutative property is not applicable for subtraction and division.